Britney Spears' life and career have been an engrossing tale of skill, adversity, and fortitude. From her quick ascent to pop superstar status to her terrifying struggle for independence, Spears has come to represent the struggle against exploitation and power in the entertainment business. Her path, which included a contentious conservatorship and close media attention, has inspired a global movement in support of her freedom. In this video, we will emphasize how Britney Spears battled for the freedom and control over her life. Number 7. The conservatorship begins. Following a string of frightening public events that spark worries about her mental health, Britney Spears was placed under conservatorship in February 2008. The decision was made following a series of incidents, including her widely reported head-shaving incident and unpredictable behavior that resulted in several hospital admissions. The conservatorship was created in Los Angeles County Superior Court after a judge determined that Britney's mental health problems, specifically her bipolar disorder, preclude her from managing her own affairs. Because of this legal arrangement, her father, Jamie Spears, and her lawyer, Andrew Wallet, have a great deal of control over her personal and financial choices. Britney's autonomy was taken away from her under this conservatorship. She was not allowed to make decisions about her career, like going on tour or releasing music, without first getting permission from her conservators. She also had severe controls placed on her daily activities, including who she could see and what she could do. Although the original plan was to shield her during a vulnerable period, the arrangement quickly came under public scrutiny and raised concerns. The conservatorship was criticized for being unduly restrictive and for being unnecessary in light of Britney's eventual recovery and desire for independence. Because of the frequent lack of transparency and oversight in the legal framework surrounding conservatorships, many people feel that people like Britney may be unfairly marginalized. Number 6. Public concern and the Free Britney movement. Fans started to worry more and more about Britney's well-being as the years under conservatorship went on. A grassroots movement propelled by social media activism, the Free Britney movement first surfaced in 2019. Inconsistencies in Britney's social media posts and public appearances were cited by supporters as proof that she lacked self-control. Fans pointed out, for example, that some posts appeared to have been pre-written or to have distressing hidden messages like odd wording or recurring themes of wanting freedom. As the movement gained momentum, supporters staged demonstrations in front of courthouses, started online petitions, and even consulted with legal professionals to cast doubt on the conservatorship's legality. Films such as Framing Britney Spears added to these worries by examining how the public's opinion of Britney is shaped by the media and highlighting the less positive aspects of her treatment by both the courts and the media. This documentary emphasized the significance of hearing people speak about their own lives and showed how attitudes toward mental health have changed over time in society. In addition to fighting for Britney, the Free Britney movement brought up more general concerns about the rights of individuals under conservatorships and the possibility of abuse in these kinds of arrangements. It turned into a catchphrase for people who supported individual autonomy and agency. Number 5. Powerful court testimony. During a court hearing on June 23, 2021, Britney Spears gave an innovative testimony that would alter the course of her life and rekindle interest in her story among the general public. She spoke candidly with Judge Brenda Penny, detailing in graphic detail her experiences during the conservatorship. Britney disclosed that she felt controlled and ensnared by people in her immediate vicinity, even her supposed relatives. She said she had been made to do things against her will, take drugs she didn't want to take, and even use birth control because decisions about her pregnancy had been made without her knowledge or consent. She made an impassioned plea that struck a chord with listeners everywhere when she said, "I just want my life back." Her famous statement captured her feelings of hopelessness and despair. With this testimony, Britney started to assert her rights as an independent person with the ability to make her own decisions and took back control of her story from the media. Fans and supporters alike were deeply outraged and sympathetic to her remarks due to their raw emotion, which prompted new calls for justice and changes to the laws governing conservatorships. Britney changed in this instant from a helpless object of media attention to a strong person demanding respect for her independence. Number 4. Termination of the conservatorship. After almost 14 years under court guardianship, Judge Brenda Penny formally ended Britney Spears' conservatorship on November 12, 2021. This historic decision was hailed by supporters and fans all over the world. This historic ruling recognized that Britney had shown she was capable of handling her own business without supervision. In addition to being a personal win for Britney, the decision exposed serious shortcomings in the conservatorship system, particularly with regard to how these agreements may be abused or used for purposes other than those for which they were designed. Advocates stressed that people should have more agency over their lives regardless of their past struggles with mental health, and said that this case demonstrated the need for greater accountability and transparency in the management of conservatorships. Many started arguing for legislative modifications to guardianship laws at the state and federal levels after this decision in order to stop abuses of the system like this one. Number 3. Legal settlements. After the conservatorship ended, Britney Spears and her father began negotiating about unresolved financial issues resulting from their turbulent relationship while he was the conservator. They came to a private agreement in April 2022 to settle disagreements over court costs incurred during the conservatorship and other money matters that had grown tense over time. A lot of people who supported the resolution thought it would make similar agreements more closely examined to avoid abusing people who were placed in conservatorships. People are frequently susceptible to manipulation by powerful people due to the lack of transparency surrounding financial transactions, particularly when interacting with family members who might put their own interests ahead of those they are meant to defend. Number 2. Ongoing legal battles. As she pursued justice for alleged abuses suffered during this time of control, Britney Spears continued to face legal challenges even after she was freed from the conservatorship. She made it known in August 2022 that she intended to sue her father for allegedly mishandling her personal and financial affairs while he was her conservator. These accusations included claims of emotional distress brought on by his actions during this turbulent period in her life, as well as financial exploitation such as taking large sums from her estate without sufficient justification. Reports also emerged indicating that while he was in charge of different facets of her life, unlawful monitoring techniques were used. These included listening in on phone conversations and correspondence with friends and family without permission. These ongoing legal battles are a reflection of a broader desire to hold those responsible for abusing vulnerable people under guardianship accountable, in addition to personal grievances. Britney wants to protect others from similar circumstances by advocating for systemic changes and addressing historical injustices as she works through this complicated legal system. Number 1. Cultural impact and advocacy. Beyond her personal struggles, Britney Spears' journey has sparked important cultural discussions about mental health awareness, individual autonomy, and systemic reform within guardianship laws across jurisdictions. Lawmakers at the state and federal levels have taken notice of her case and are advocating for changes intended to shield people from possible abuses within these systems. Her case serves as a reminder of how easily someone can lose their rights under a conservatorship in the absence of sufficient checks and balances. Protest organizations such as the National Center for State Courts have started developing programs designed to strengthen supervision of guardianships and encourage judges presiding over these cases to receive mental health education. Similar campaigns for justice have been sparked by the Free Britney movement and have spread to other states in America. People who feel oppressed or trapped by systems designed to protect them are encouraged to speak out against injustices they encounter on a daily basis by using social media platforms or local organizations that focus on advocacy efforts aimed at changing antiquated laws pertaining to mental health care access. The struggle for independence led by Britney Spears has come to represent tenacity and the value of individualism. Her journey from living under conservatorship in a controlled environment to taking back her voice has spurred important discussions about mental health and individual rights. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.